What's going on, big Trucker Bee family? How y'all doing? So we're going to start a new series called the Truckers News Week, where I'm going to upload once a week about just the weekly trucker news, things that's went on, things that's going to happen, things that's going on currently. Whether you've seen it, whether you ever heard about it, we are going to bring it here to you. I'm going to try. It's hard for me to really go to a video, edit it, make it, and then all of a sudden somebody's already heard about it or done it. So what I'm going to do is kind of compile a bunch of different news stories from that week, the top news from that week, and then hopefully go on from there. So with that being said, sit back and relax, and let's just jump right into it. Oh, that's Philip DeFranco. I got nothing on that one. Now, this is one really meaty of a situation. We have a California-based truck driver who stole meat. That's right, stole meat. You see, my mom and dad own a restaurant, and I'll tell you what, anybody steals some meat from us, we end up shooting them. No joke. I have a story for that later. But a California-based truck driver is facing up to 2 decades in prison after he admitted to stealing a truckload of meat. On Monday, May 6th, 37-year-old truck driver Gagem Avas. Why do these guys have some weird-ass names? I can't read them. Anyway, I'll just post his name right here. Here's his name. You try to read it. Pled guilty to a single count of wire fraud, according to a news release from the U.S. Attorney's Office. According to a federal prosecutor, Avatesian. God damn it. I can't read the damn name. What the hell's wrong with me? Contracted with a trucking freight brokerage business in Olaf to deliver a load of meat to 3 locations in California. He faxed the documents to the company in which he used the name Robert Ivanov. He picked up the meat at the packing plant in Omaha, but never delivered it. The value of the stolen meat was an estimated at more than $160,000. God dang! He better be having some prime rib for that, man. You better get some good meat, man. He's set to first sentence on August 12th, 2019. He faces up to 20 years in federal prison and a $250,000 fine. If you're going to get caught doing something like that, for the love of God, people, please make sure it's a prime rib. Can just, I hope the meat was worth it, because if he gets to prison, well, he's going to have a lot of meat to deal with. Troopers go undercover for a week-long enforcement blitz. Holy smokes. I'll tell you what, man. These enforcement blitzes, they'll get you. You're not paying attention, doing your job. That or the state's running out of money. Who knows? But let's see what's going on here. Of course, it's in your favorite state, Illinois. The Illinois State Police will be hiding right under the nose of passing drivers during a special undercover patrol this week. Starting Monday, May 6th and running through May 10th. Troopers will... with the Illinois State Police will be disguising themselves as construction workers in order to catch drivers who are speeding or committing other traffic violations in construction zones. I'm okay with this 100%. As somebody who used to work construction, I actually agree with this. The enforcement campaign is called Operation Hard Hat, and from a May 6th news release about the undercover patrol, troopers will trade in their squad cars and badge for a truck and hard hat. Gotta stay safe, right? To blend in with the zone's workers while looking for speeders, distracted drivers, and any other violations that pose a threat to work zones on a daily basis. District 7 has been patrolling these work zones in a marked car for high visibility patrols. Unfortunately, some drivers have taken advantage of seeing the squad car and collected their traffic violations until they no longer saw the squad car, then sped up, pulled their phone back out, and performed some other reckless act behind the wheel. God dang. And you know you people are doing that, man. You'd be like, oh shit, there's a cop up there. Let's just stop breaking the law for one moment. And then as soon as you get past that cop, all right, yo, Facebook, what's going on? Let me check that out. No, people, you know what? Go Illinois State Patrol. You guys need that revenue too, but this one I can get behind. He says, our hope is the plainclothes trooper doesn't observe any violations. That would mean drivers were operating their vehicles safely. Police Captain Jason Dickey, sadly, that will probably not be the case. So, if you're in Illinois and you're going through a construction zone, don't break the law!
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Pretty much, that's just all it is, right? Now, we went over Falcon Transportation quite a little bit, and I was going to call this the trucker news of the week, but no, instead, we're going to look farther into a bigger company known as Celadon, and this will be the trucker news of the week. Mega carrier to pay $42 million. That's a lot of moolah if you tell me. I'll tell you what, if I had $42 million, I'd buy 42 million McDoubles. Okay, maybe that's just a bad investment. That's just terrible. And not to mention, the exec was charged with fraud. So, one of the nation's largest trucking companies has agreed to a massive payout after more than a year-long federal investigation into the company accounting fraud. Indianapolis, Indiana-based trucking company Celadon Group, Inc. has agreed to pay $42.2 million in restitution to shareholders for filing materially false and misleading statements to investors and falsifying books. They must have learned how to falsify a logbook. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. Records and accounts. According to April 25th news release from the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Indiana, Daniel Williams, former president of Celadon subsidiary Quality Companies, LLC, a company that leased trucks to owner-operators, has also been charged with one count of conspiracy to commit security fraud, to make false statements to a public company accountants, and to falsify books, records, accounts of a public company in connection with the federal investigation against Celadon. The plea deal comes after an investigation by the Securities and Exchange Commission into allegations that Celadon misled their investors by issuing false financial statements. According to the court documents, the fraud charges are related to Quality rapid inventory growth between 2013 and 2016, when they expanded from 750 tractors to more than 11,000 units. By 2016, however, trucking took a downturn, and Quality found itself with a $70 million worth of trucks that they cannot lease. Now that puts a whole new meaning. If you ain't turning, you ain't earning. Quality's financial performance began to struggle in 2016 due in parts to a slowdown in the trucking market. In addition, Quality owned a significant number of truck models by mechanical issues which many drivers did not want to lease. By 2016, many of Quality's trucks were idle, unleased, and overvalued in Quality books. Yeah, so it's like going to any type of truck dealership, overvalued. Okay, bad joke. Some are actually pretty decent. Rather than admitting to their capacity struggles and the financial issues, authorities say that Celadon helped Quality to hide their problems from investors. Instead of properly reporting to Quality's financial difficulties to investors, members of Celadon and Quality's senior management team, all acting within the scope of their employment, participated in a scheme that resulted in Celadon falsely reporting inflated profits and inflated assets to the investing public through Celadon's financial statement. I hope nobody has any 401k or anything going through Celadon themselves, because you might want to check up on that. We just retreat, get that money out of there, get that money and run. Yo, if there's one company I can say right now that might end up shutting down, it could be Celadon. So if you're a Celadon driver, just be warned. Don't be surprised if your truck ends up getting that message, that lovely message saying, do not continue, do not pass go, do not collect $200. We are shut down. Between approximately June 2016 and October 2016, Quality engaged in a series of trades as a means to dispose of its aging and unused trucks. In order to avoid disclosing the losses connected to these trucks, executives executed the trades using invoices purposely inflated well above the market value. Celadon ultimately used these invoices and inflated truck values to hide millions of dollars of loss from investors. Man, did they work for the government? Maybe they work for Congress, because that's something that Congress would do. You know what I'm talking about. Investigators say that after the company was accused of wrongdoing, management approved a memorandum that falsely stated the trucks involved in the above described transactions were purchased and sold at a fair market value and were accounted for properly on Celadon's books. Celadon executives misled the investigation public for a simple reason. That moolah, baby. Yeah, the profit. Gotta make that money. But everybody that tries to make that money falsely gets caught. That is what's called karma. You rob from the drivers, you get screwed. Securities frauds harms all investors, from the most sophisticated to those everyday Americans saving for retirement. Ain't that the truth? The God's honest truth. And the criminal division remains committed to investigating and prosecuting these complex crimes. The investigation is ongoing, according to federal authorities. Celadon, you going down. You know what? I don't care what you're paying your drivers. You fuck them over, well, you're going to get burned. Plain and simple. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry if I talked a little bit fast or read a little bit too fast. If I were you, I'd probably click down below to the links and read the things yourselves. Check out the stories yourselves, because I will always try to leave a link. And if I don't, well, let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more trucker or weekly trucker news or something special. Insert here. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to use my imagination. Just get it done. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. And as usual, be safe. Keep the rubber side down. Big Trucker B out.